We wish you a happy Groundhog Day.
People come out here to have a good time. It's all about fun.
In Germany as Candlemas Day. And the Germans had a lot of hedgehogs, but when they came across to America, they didn't find hedgehogs, they found lots of groundhogs, especially here in Pennsylvania.
Here's a fun fact. Sonic had a third game. Okay, Sonic had a game that had the number 3 in it. Sonic 3, The Sacred Cow, The Grandmaster Sexy, The Pig Kahuna, the game everybody likes. The Sonic series was on fire after the release of Sonic 2. There were comics, spin-off games, a Russian game show.
Поздравляю вас. Но никто не зарабатывает этого очко.
And not one, but 2 different cartoons based on the series. Sonic was on top of the world. While Sonic did have a brief spell on the Sega CD, fans clamored for another sequel on the Genesis. While Sonic was riding high off the fumes of success, Sega was too. But not all things can last forever. But back to Sonic. Here it is, Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Let's boot it up. Whoa, that was crazy. A cutscene to start the game too? They really went all out. This might be a strange thing to compliment, but that was rare for the time, especially for a 2D platformer. This game also introduces a new foe to the mix, Knuckles. Knuckles is the guardian of the Master Emerald, which is the Chaos Emeralds, but bigger and stronger. Knuckles and Robotnik have a chance encounter after the Death Egg falls to Angel Island, an island in the San Francisco Bay that was formerly used as a United States immigration inspection and detention facility. It was commonly used for screening people from Asian countries, 1 million from China in fact. Wait, hold on. Angel Island is basically an excuse to have crazy locations for Sonic 3. The later games in the series would give it more context. Well, some context. Starting the game up, I gotta say, this is Sonic. There are some differences here. Like in Sonic 2, you can choose to play as Sonic with Tails, Sonic alone, or Tails alone. And you can keep secret files for them, and save your game. No keep on starting from the start, no A up, down, left, right, no passwords, just pure game saves. And that's amazing. Sonic is basically the same, but he now has the Insta-Shield. This gives him an extended frame of hurt to more effectively hit opponents. Tails is now able to fly when controlled by the player. In Sonic 2, he can only fly when the computer controlled him. The Chaos Emeralds are back, and now you enter the special stages by finding a giant ring. Every stage has multiple hidden a bit off the path. I greatly prefer this to having to beat a stage with 50 rings or just go into a checkpoint with 50 rings. This encourages exploration and learning the layout of the level. Going into the special stages, we have 3D! Here our heroes find themselves walking around quadrants. Touching a blue sphere will cause them to leave the stage, while touching a blue one will turn into a red one. When only red spheres remain, a Chaos Emerald will be unlocked. Sonic 3 is much more action-packed than the previous games. Levels are larger with more of an emphasis on speed, while lacking the never-ending feel of Sonic CD's levels. Blasting through every zone, I get this sense of story and wonder. For example, the first area, Angel Island Zone. It starts with Sonic flying in as Super Sonic, before his new foe Knuckles knocks the Chaos Emeralds from him. Him and Tails travel along until encountering one of Robotnik's mechs, which starts a forest fire. The two battle through a fire-torn forest and even run from a drone strike. The two then take out Eggman in a fierce battle, only to be outwitted by Knuckles in a trap. This is what I'm talking about. Sonic 3 is a fully realized Sonic CD. We're talking sprawling levels that encourage exploration, areas that tell a story, multiple characters, and bosses that don't make me rip my hair out. Speaking of bosses, as mentioned before, every act ends with one. Every first act has you face one of Eggman's creations, while the second one has you fight Eggman himself. Compared to the first 2 Sonic games, which basically had the Eggmobile with some attachment as every boss, this gives much more flair to every major foe and makes them stick out more. One stage called Marble Garden Zone has a very cool boss. Eggman destroys the area and attempts to make a getaway, only for Tails to grab Sonic and the two to fight him in the sky. Now look at that, that's brand spanking new. Actually, every zone has something cool in it. Carnival Night Zone is a marathon level where you have to use momentum to your advantage to get around. It has a boss that destroys most of the floor, so you have to make it kill itself to win. It makes more sense in context. Ice Cap is one of my favorite ice levels in any video game. It has you start with snowboarding down the mountain. The first time a Sonic game did this, and far from the last. Hydro City, or Hydra City. Hydrocy? I don't know. This is a standard water level. It sure does exist, I'll tell you that. And then there's the final zone of this game, Launch Base Zone. Here we see Robotnik finalizing the new and improved Death Egg as Sonic and Tails rush to stop the Maniac. to knock Knuckles down a peg and kill him and fight Eggman in a 3-phase showdown. And that's it for the game. Huh, I got all the Chaos Emeralds, no special ending or final boss. Bit of a letdown from Sonic 2. Huh, kinda sounds like Michael Jackson. Sonic 3 is a great game that should be played by anyone who has ever breathed, but it does have a few flaws. Glitches are a bit common in the game. While I didn't get many on tape, I have encountered softlocks in the past. The manual actually acknowledges this, calling it some of Robotnik's traps. Oh, nice job, Eggy boy. You sure got me good with this game-ruining glitch. Now Sonic will never win because I'm not playing the game anymore. Speaking of the manual, it was written by a man named Jason R. Rich. He's a champion in video game-related writing. He's written official Pokemon books and now makes unofficial Fortnite strategy guides you see in every store. I respect the hustle. The only other real complaint I have is that this game feels as though it was cut off too soon. As if there's a second part. Oh well, might as well play Sonic and Knuckles, the next game in the series.
So we sold the whole thing to Sig?
Who's laughing now?
Sig.
You see, numbers go 1, 2, CD, 3, and Knuckles. Don't question it. Now we can play as Sonic or Knuckles. Tails wasn't invited this time. Ah, this cartridge looks really weird. Kinda like some bootleg NES game you put another cartridge on. Strange. That's strange, there's no file select or option screen or 2-player mode. Only the choice of who to use. Here we have more classic Sonic with a few twists. While both go through the same zones, there are a few layout changes. Knuckles has the ability to glide and hang on walls. He can also bash his way through certain obstacles. Regular zones still have 2 bosses and still have big rings to find out in the areas. Honestly, feels like it's just more Sonic 3. Oh, that's what it does. Expansion packs were basically an add-on for a game you already own that is sold separately. These date back to the 1970s with popular board games like Dungeons & Dragons or Dragon's Lair. For video games, they started with separate discs sold separately to use on PCs. This was on anything for shooters like Duke Nukem to The Sims. They really didn't take off on consoles until recently with DLC, but there were a few early adopters. To explain why this happened, basically Sonic 3 was behind schedule. Sonic Team wanted to delay the game, but Sega was reluctant since they already had a release date for their advertising campaign with many magazines and McDonald's. So they reached a deal. They released half the game first and the other half a few months later. Connecting the 2 games together will allow you to play the full 2 games together as one coherent story, alongside adding in a complete ending, new cutscenes, the ability to play as Knuckles in Sonic 3, and Tails in Sonic and Knuckles. I assume Sonic and Knuckles can be played on its own due to the worry that parents might buy it and not realize you need another game to play this one. Back to Sonic and Knuckles, getting all the standard emeralds gives the player access to the Super Emeralds. These allow the 3 characters to reach their own new super stages. Sonic turns from the quick and invincible Super Sonic to the even faster and game-breaking Hyper Sonic. Tails and Knuckles even get super forms. While the zones in Sonic and Knuckles are fun, I find them less fun than Sonic 3's. Lunchroom Hill is a good starting stage that isn't too easy to deal with and a fun way to hop around. Flying Battery is what feels like a never-ending zone that drones out for so long. Lava Reef and Santopolis I really don't have much to say about, but I do find the use of ghosts in Santopolis a nice touch. Hidden Palace Zone is interesting. This place is named after an unused zone from Sonic 2. When playing as Sonic or Tails, you face Knuckles one-on-one in a final confrontation. This battle is interrupted by Eggman stealing the Master Emerald and betraying Knuckles. Knuckles realizes who the real threat is and helps our heroes to Sky Sanctuary, one of my favorite places in the Sonic series. The colors are vibrant, the background is so nice, the level is tough but fair, and the music is bumpin', boy! At the end, Sonic encounters Mecha Sonic, who is Metal Sonic the Taller. He fights the tall foe and 2 boss fights from Sonic 1 and 2. A neat throwback. After all, this is the last Sonic game on the Genesis. Then, Sonic takes on the Bastard one-on-one. For Knuckles, he only faces Mecha Sonic, completely skipping the first act of the zone. In this version, Mecha Sonic betrays Eggman's other robots and enters the super form. This is the end of the story for Knuckles, but Sonic has one more chapter. Sonic runs through the new and improved Death Egg after the Crazy Doctor. He manages to take out the security system in a new version of the Death Egg robot. The player unlocked either Super or Hypersonic, or Hero chases after a Robotnik through space to finish this once and for all. And that is Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Honestly, one of the greatest platformers of all time. For reviews of the time, there is no review of both games together. Sonic 3 was critically loved for its improvements over the standard Sonic formula, while Sonic and Knuckles was praised to a lower extent for not adding much to the table. As per Electronic Gaming Monthly's March 1994 issue, which, by the way, had Sonic 3 as its game of the month, Sonic 3 completely blows away everything you've ever seen in an action game. 10 out of 10. It seems unlikely that Sega will be able to top this one. And for Sonic and Knuckles in December, where it was also the game of the month, Knuckles' new techniques add a whole new dimension. 9 out of 10. Put this on your holiday must-have list, and hope Santa comes through. Sonic 3 sold less than Sonic 1 and 2. It sold roughly the same as Sonic CD. CD sold 1.5 million copies worldwide, while Sonic 3 sold roughly 1.02 million copies in the US alone. I was unable to find the worldwide sales, but I'm willing to bet it brought the sales of Sonic 3 to greater than 1.5 million. Now, despite mainly being an add-on to Sonic 3 and not being as critically loved, Sonic & Knuckles outsold Sonic 3 in the United States, beating it by about 200,000 copies. I assume this is because it had Knuckles in the title, who was a hyped-up character in the game marketing. It also came out closer to the holiday season.
Told him we had this great idea for a new game called Sonic and Knuckles.
It's Knuckles in his own game. Plus, it has new technology.
Lock-on technology.
So you can play Knuckles in Sonic 2 and 3.
It's revolutionary.
Strange how the commercials use Santa and his elves, even though the game came out in October. Another notable point is that connecting Sonic and Knuckles to Sonic 2 unlocks the ability to play as the red dude in said game. Wow, nice! This is awesome! It's like ROM hacking before ROM hacking. Prior to their releases, both games had fierce marketing campaigns. There were the aforementioned toys for McDonald's. These were the main reason the games were split into two. There was a Sonic Ball, small pole carts for Sonic, Knuckles, and Dr. Robotnik in his American design, and finally a Tails Polecopter. With these toys, there was also a contest where 10,000 kids has a chance to win copies of Sonic 3. Later on in the same year, McDonald's released a cross-promotion set of toys that include a small Genesis toy that featured Sonic. Sonic would also be welcomed to the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, where he tried to kill a kid.
Sonic the Hedgehog into another light pole. That guy sprung a leak and fell to the street, knocked over a lamppost. A child and a police officer were hit.
And MTV notably had a contest where a few kids were taken to Alcatraz to play the game. They were even locked up in cells and handcuffed as they played it. What the fuck? Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Sonic & Knuckles were the perfect swan songs for classic Sonic on the Genesis. After this, Sonic would enter what would be his first mediocre age with attempts at 3D, before returning to standard with Sonic Adventure in 1998. These games are the perfect way to end off the Hedgehog's original run. It's a fully realized concept that the team wanted since the first game. But where would the series go from here? Sega does have a new console on the horizon. Maybe that shows a new start for the series in the 3D world, right?